Hare Krishna. Welcome to the Saturday Bhagavad Gita class. We are reading from chapter 4. We have done till verse 9. We'll be doing from verse 10 onwards today. So we'll chant verse 9 again. Janma karma cha me divyam
जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम्
एवं यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः
एवं यो वेत्ति तत्त्वता
तत्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म
त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म
नैति माम एति सोऽर्जुन.
नैति माम् एति सु अर्जुन.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. So Srila Prabhupada quoted this verse more than 10 number of times probably, 4.7, 4.8. Also, this verse tells us how we can return to Godhead by understanding Lord and his activities, his pastimes, after dharma samsthapanarthaya. So, it relates to when Krishna takes his avatar in this material world, whenever and wherever there is a decline in the dharma, he comes and what he does, he establishes dharma, he annihilates the demon and also saves all his devotees and kills the miscreants. So, terrestrial, earthly, celestial, heavenly, spiritual, beyond three modes. When Krishna is referring the means of divya, janma karma chami divyam. So, when he say divya, so that means it is apart from the terrestrial, that is earthly, celestial, heavenly, and spiritual, beyond the three modes. So, beyond the three modes of material nature, so when you transcend beyond these three modes, so that time only you should be able to understand what Krishna's pastimes are and how I understand Krishna from that perspective. Otherwise, we'll keep only, speculating how he has done it, how it is, because until the time you have the full faith in Krishna's energy, Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's existence, until that time, we will not be able to understand Krishna completely. So, though the verse says that the one who understands the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again. But by understanding means उसको आत्मसात करना है. It should be internalized. When we internalize this, then only it is possible that we will be able to not come back to this earthly planet, but attain his eternal abode. This Ishvara Paramaha Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. His world we will be going to. Kuntari Maharani says that you are unborn. How it happened that you take birth from Devaki and Vasudeva? That means you are transcendental, born with nice dresses and ornaments. And in Vishnu form, he is completely different, extraordinary, transcendental. So this verse refers to those people who understand that Krishna's activities are transcendental. Krishna is concealing his divinity so that lovely transactions happen between him and his devotees. For example, if you go to the slums and we saw that there are slum children are playing in between them, there is very clean and opulent child is playing. So studying with them, so some curiosity may arise that how come this boy is playing there? Like Prime Minister's son is also playing with the slum boys. So like that. So when some children are playing, stealing butter, that is okay. But when we come to know that, oh, Krishna is doing it. When Europeans came to India, that time when they were told that these are the temples of the Lord. Okay, so who is that Lord? They say Krishna. And what did Krishna do? He stole the butter in this pastime because that time, the picture of he is stealing butter from the ghada. उसका जो मिट्टी का घड़ा है उसमें से, how come your God is stealing butter? What kind of God is this? So they will not understand, because for them this is very foreign to them. For them to understand, realize, internalize that how come the God can do such pastimes. And that's where we need to understand that how beautiful is this, that we got an opportunity by way of Srila Prabhupada books, that this material is easily available to us. And because of him, we got the teachers who have taught us all this knowledge, and we are able to reproduce that just by reading their books, their notes, by listening to their Vani or Vani of Srila Prabhupada as well. So we understand that, and we are able to reciprocate that to the new audience. And that is very important, that we reproduce. Unless we reproduce, it is very hard for us to, by heart and understand this knowledge. Because जितनी बार हम repeat करेंगे, उतनी बार ये knowledge हमको याद कराएगी. It will keep reminding us that what we are, who we are, why we are here, why we were suffering, how we should take down suffering, in terms of uh, in terms of that why these sufferings are happening to me because of my old karmas, my earlier karmas, not only this Janma's karma, the karmas of my earlier lives as well, because we have taken so many births. Now, Guru Maharaj always used to tell me that give this life to Krishna. You have given so many lives, you have came so many times. Now, in this life, just surrender to him. Surrender to him means not to come back here again.
Things are
Gently,
getting worse every
nicely
day.
preach, sing for him, go to the temple, ask everyone to come to the temple, give classes, preach. You should read as well and try and do everything, in and around Krishna. So that's where the spiritual life comes into picture. That spiritualize your life by acting for Krishna, loving for Krishna, and doing all your work for Krishna. Okay. Any question before you go ahead? Okay, verse number 10. वीतराग भय क्रोधा
वेतरागभयाक्रोधा
Itiraga bhaya
मन्मया मामुपाश्रितः
मन्मया
manmaya mam upashrita
बहवो ज्ञान तपसा
bahavo jnana tapasa
पूता मद्भावमागतः.
भूता
bhuta madbhava agata.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Being freed from attachment, fear, and anger, being fully absorbed in me and taking refuge in me, many persons in the past became purified by knowledge of me, and thus they all attained transcendental love from me. I read again. Being freed from attachment, fear, and anger, being fully absorbed in me and taking refuge in me, many persons in the past became purified by knowledge of me, and thus they all attained transcendental love for me. Such a beautiful verse and a beautiful meaning as well for this one. So Krishna has come many times on this, and he has explained that to Arjun, that why I am giving this knowledge to you again, though I gave this knowledge. So Arjun is asking him, how come you say that you are giving this knowledge to me again? What happened to the earlier one, which you gave it to Vivaswan Manu? Then what happened? So Krishna answers that question, that with the time it is lost. Because of time, Sakale Namata Yogo Nashta Parantapaha. So Krishna has discussed in previous verses that one who knows me can attain liberation, like in the last ninth verse. So he will tell what are the three difficulties or impediments in knowing him. So knowing him is okay, understand, but what are the impediments in knowing him? So once these obstacles are removed, we can take shelter of Krishna. Krishna has referred Vitaraga Bhayakrodha many times in second chapter. In answer to at 2.54, if I'm not wrong, so in which he says, no, Sthita Padya Ka Bhasha. Sthita Padya Ka Bhasha Samadhisthaya Keshava Sthitadhi Kim Prabhasheta Kim Asita Vrajeta Kim. How does he sit? How does he walk? How does he speak? All those things. And 2.56 says, Dukkheshva Anudvigna Mana Sukheshu Vikita Pra Vitaraga Bhaya Krodha Sthitadhir Muni Uchchate. Sthitadhir Munir. Who is the Sthitadhir Munir? One who is not disturbed in mind, even amidst the threefold of miseries, or elated when there is happiness, and who is free from attachment, fear, and anger, is called a sage of steady mind. Sthita Dhirmuni. So, when it comes to raga, when we are too attached to matter, we are not able to think about God. I am happy here, why do I need God? One who is too attached doesn't think of God. In this condition, he can only think about God. If he thinks that God will help him in enjoying better. So this enjoying mentality is again not attachment to God, but to himself only. भगवान को सुबह हाथ जोड़ दिए, बाकी फिर उसके बाद में दिन भर. See, one of my friends, he used to be a garment merchant. I used to ask him, can we go to the temple? तो अरे कौन जाएगा यार, सब बैठ के बियर पियेंगे. सुबह कर दिया था ना एक बार नमस्कार. तो only that was his mentality, that एक बार सुबह कर दिया है, दिन भर पैसा कमाओ, शाम को बियर पियो. So that's the mentality people have. So this is kind of the impediments that we are talking about. These kind of impediments that you have so much attraction towards that. कि मैंने किया है ना काम. See, because of me, I have done it. He doesn't understand that how I have done it. Because of Krishna's mercy, I could have done it. If that mercy wasn't there, I wouldn't have been able to do it. And to understand that, you need to, understand the transcendental, nature of the Lord. And by understanding the transcendental nature, we should be able to understand his pastimes and various avatars in which he has come so far. So why do I need God if I'm happy here? So one who is attached, he doesn't even think of God. Attached to material world, And Srila Prabhupada said, when we ask for bread to God, that shows our love for bread and not love for God. That's such a beautiful word. So, raga prevents us from manamaya. So, fully in me. When we are praying to God, we are not thinking about God, but we are thinking about those things that God may give us. We are trying to do a business with the God. Okay, I'm paying obeisance to you, but can you please give me this? Can you please give me that? We are always asking for something. So this prevents us from upashritaha, taking shelter of Krishna. So the people, those who are of this kind, they cannot think of a spiritual form. They can think only the material form of the God. They think that the same problem in relationship seen in this world are in spiritual world as well. Krodha, they are not able to find truth. So ultimately they think to forget it, to go to voidism philosophy. Because nothing is happening, now I will not think about the God. Okay, and they go into voidism. And Srila Prabhupada said, being speculative is a rascal mentality. If somebody is deceased and think that no path of medicine is able to heal him and thinks I will not go anywhere, ultimately that person is going to be the loser. And Srila Prabhupada said, you cannot get spiritual vision by drugs. Just by taking the shelter of drugs, you will not get the spiritual vision. For spiritual vision, and eyes can only get spiritualized only when you see Krishna by your eyes. Now the question may arise, that how a blind person will be able to see Krishna by his words, by what he is listening, he can, think of. Now, those who are deaf, deaf and dumb people, how they will understand? At least they are able to see. If the person is totally, he doesn't have, eyes to see, he's deaf and dumb. All three problems are there. Then how he can be taught? So there are ways to teach all of them. There are braille lipi is there to teach them and all those stuff. So there are ways to teach. I mean, but people who want to ask unnecessary questions, they may come up with these kind of arguments. That what will happen if this is there? What will happen if this is there? See, the main thing is that you should have faith. Faith is important. Unless you have a faith and you have a complete surrender, that is Sharanagati to Krishna. And Sharanagati is something that is very, very important for each and every person who is taking the shelter of Krishna. So, the next point is Jnana Tapasya. Hearing about Krishna. Maybe tapasya in the beginning, later on, it will be enjoying. So, in the beginning, we say that, the chanting is becoming so hard for me that I'm not able to do it. That even completing one round or two rounds, it becomes very hard for me. But now, when all of you must be doing at least 10 or 12 rounds, or some of you are doing 16 rounds. So you find that pleasure when you are doing those 16 rounds. And if you miss the rounds, you feel yourself missing something. Shouldn't be feeling guilty about it, but you are missing something. There is a miss in your life. And when you start chanting, again, you start tasting that sweetness in your mouth because Krishna is dancing on your tongue. So there is the beauty. The beauty of Krishna consciousness is within Krishna consciousness only. The like spirit of Bhagavad Gita is within the Bhagavad Gita only. It is like that. So this love of chanting is within chanting itself. When you start chanting, you start that sweetness in your mouth. You start tasting that sweetness. You all should be sharing your experiences of chanting. Maybe today we'll do it once we have done 3-4 verses. And after that, we can start discussing upon that. And we can maybe do one round of chanting together.
I have a question,
Because,
Prabhu. Can I ask?
yeah,
Like, what is more important, like doing chanting or doing preaching? Like, say,
reading.
preaching.
See, preaching is, you can reach to that level once you are doing the chanting properly, and then you have a knowledge to preach. So knowledge to preach will only come once your chanting is good and then you're reading properly and listening to the acharyas. Okay, so it's a combination of that. It's a combo deal. So it's a combination of both.
I like doing chanting over every other thing, reading every.
Both should be there because without philosophy, you will not be able to understand the Shastra properly. And someday a day will come when you say, "Oh, why am I chanting?" Because that's the reason philosophy to be understood is very, very important. Without philosophy, you will not be able to go in this yuga. This Kali Yuga is very important. That's the reason the Shastras have been written for all of us. That when we read, when we hear, when we listen to the past time, then only our knowledge and our focus always remains there. Without understanding, without listening, only chanting, one day will stop. Very few, I have not seen any person who is only chanting and not listening to any shastras. Very few, very, very few. Even, I mean, my Guru Maharaj used to listen to Srila Prabhupada every day. Since I haven't seen a single person who is not listening to his own spiritual master or somebody else. My Guru Maharaj was also a fan of, uh, what is the name? Vaisheshika Prabhu. Because Vaisheshika Prabhu speaks very well. Mahatma Prabhu speaks very well. And the way they talk and the way they teach, to the Western audience is very, very important to understand and to apply in our own life, how our preaching can become stronger. Most of the people, those who are preachers, they always have a question that how should we bring Westerners in the classes? Don't worry about it. They will automatically come. There are 1.4 billion Indians. And half of that also not even, Westerners. So why should we worry about them too much? Huh? Somebody else will do it. Don't worry about it. Srila Prabhupada has given so many disciples, somebody will do it. You don't worry about it. Those who are coming, teach them. Think of those who are there in your classes and coming to the temple. Worry about them. Those who are not coming, not your business. You should try your best to do that. For that, we have programs like hall programs, we have Rath Yatras, we have Janmashtami, etc., etc. We have magazines. We are doing BTG magazine distribution, etc. So all those, paraphernalia is there by which they should be able to come. But the main point is that for us, we should know the philosophy. At the same time, we should be chanting our rounds uh, without any without any
Deviation.
gap. Yeah. So the examples can be given of nectar of devotion, that is, the Chaitanya Charitamrita, that how sadhaka does his sadhana and how he can achieve these goals, and then he can understand the self-realization, science of self-realization, and he can bring to a stage of trying to associate the persons of similar, similar interest. So that is why it is very important that we should have the mercy of a bona fide spiritual master to whom we are worshipping, and under his guidance we are practicing our spiritual practices. That's why in Prabhupada, when he started the movement, before he even I mean, in that situation where he's going to leave the body, he already created GBC because he knew that after he left, there could be, debacle. Most organization happens that way. So Srila Prabhupada, that's why created the GBC, and all GBCs, they are giving an initiation. When they give initiation, they say that I am giving you initiation on behalf of Srila Prabhupada. Though you are my disciple, but actually you are, I am serving, I am giving all whatever you are giving it to me to Srila Prabhupada. So it's a via media to Prabhupada. And that's where those who are, Bangalore ISKCON and all these people, they don't believe in this GBC concept. They always want Prabhupada to be giving the, initiation.
Diksha.
Yeah. So I will keep that aside, this topic. However, our concept is that we have a Guru Parampara system, and in that Guru Parampara system, we have the authorized spiritual masters. They are appointed by Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada's appointed representatives are giving us the initiation on behalf of Srila Prabhupada, and ultimately he is our Guru. So all spiritual masters are same for us, whether it's a Veer Krishna Goswami Maharaj, Bhakti Charu Maharaj, Jayapataka Maharaj, or anyone, Bhanu Swami Maharaj, Bhakti Priya Swami, anyone you talk about, they all are same for us because they all are giving us the message of Srila Prabhupada. in the same or different ways, but the message is going to be same. इसलिए they are all for us प्रातस्मरणीय. प्रातस्मरणीय मतलब जिनका हम सुबह सुबह प्रातः में जिनका हम पूजन करते हैं, like in the Guru Puja. We do that, Guru Puja. So what is important in all this is to have the Shraddha Bhava. There has to be a prema. The real love for God has to be, created in the heart. And that will happen only when our chanting, at the same time listening to the philosophy, is stronger. And when we begin our Shraddha, then with association of devotees, then we have Bhajana Kriya, starts the transformation, and then Nishtha happens, and faith becomes strong or stronger. For example, when we take treatment and we start seeing positive results, we think yet, yes, it is working. That is Nishtha. Then we get the ruchi or the taste and that. And then it comes to asakti, which is attachment. For example, sugarcane juice for a person suffering from jaundice, then bhava, positive affection for Krishna, then prema, spontaneous love for Krishna, like that. So it's a stepwise. Sat Krishna Namatritadi Avidya, Pittopatattara Sanasya Narojikanu Kinturadhanadhan, Halusai Vishta Swadvi Pramadhartha Mulhantri. So that is the seventh verse of the Nectar of Instruction. So I always repeat that. So please understand that verse is very, very important for all of us to have that Shraddha, understanding, the chanting, and rasa that comes from the chanting to us. Any question?
Prabhuji, which verse was it? Was it 7 from Nectar of Instruction?
Nectar of Instruction.
Okay, thank you. 7, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So now we'll do the verse 11. Ye yatha ma prapadyante
ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते
tantasthaiva bhajamyaham
Tam
तांस्तैवं भजाम्यहम्
mama
Bhajamyaham
vartmanuvatante
Mama
वर्तमानुवर्तन्ते
manushya
Vartmanuvardhante
partha sarvashah.
Mushyaha
मनुष्यः पार्थ
Mushyapata
सर्वशः
Sarvashaha
Repeat again. Ye yatha mam prapadyante
ये
Ye
यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते
Yetam Prapadyante
tantastaiva bhajamyaham
तांस्तथैव
Tamstastaiva
भजाम्यहम्
mama
Bhajamyaham
vartmanuvartante
मम
Mama
वर्तमानुवर्तन्ते
Vartmanuvartante
manushya partha sarvashah.
मनुष्यः पार्थ
Manushyapartha
सर्वशः
Sarvashaha.
As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pratha. So here, the why he is saying that you are the son of Pratha is very important to understand. Because Pratha, the Kunti Devi, never had these kind of questions. She was a thorough bhakta of Krishna. Okay, so being a son of Pratha, he should not have these kind of questions is the indication to Arjun, basically, and it also proves the point that you should follow your elders in the family and get the knowledge from them. But now the problem in this world is even the elders do not have this knowledge. I get a lot of inquiries that can you please take our son and daughter in the Bhagavad Gita class. I asked them, "Better, do you know Bhagavad Gita?" They say, "No, we don't know. But we have seen B.R. Chopra's, Mahabharat. उतना ही knowledge उनको होता है. That's it. They have seen B.R. Chopra." And then I asked them, "So what is the message of Bhagavad Gita?" They say, "अपना अच्छा काम करो, बुरा काम मत करो." That's it. So they themselves don't know. So how? So that's why here it is very important that Krishna, when he spoke from a very global perspective, that he did not say this, that you should follow your parents. He said that Pratha. Pratha was, she was the wife of Raja Prathu, right? So King Prathu. So that was very important for us to understand. So, sorry, yeah. So we need to understand that why Krishna says something very important over there. So, yeah. So from here, the next section of Bhagavad Gita start, which Krishna is the goal and creator of all paths. Acharyas has not fixed sections. It may vary from person to person. By this, we create a framework for our own understanding. See, when Bhagavad Gita was spoken, that time, as you know, that Krishna may not have told Arjun that now I am going to speak of chapter 1. Tomorrow I am going to speak chapter 2. Like that. But this is the way the collection has been done by Srila Vyasadeva for better understanding for us.
But it is
Krishna
spoken in
knew.
this it is spoken in this particular sequence only, right? Right, Prabhu?
Yes and no, both. So it depends, how you take it. For us, what we have done, Vyasadeva has done is he created the Karma Yoga section, then Bhakti Yoga section, and Jnana Yoga section. So there's a typical way that people should be able to understand that this is the Karma Yoga section. So this is your prescribed duty, and within the prescribed duty, your part is also that you worship Krishna along with your prescribed duty. Then in the pure bhakti, just do pure bhakti. Don't worry about anything else. And Jnana Yoga, by knowing Karma Yoga, go do the Jnana at the same time. But still, even if you can do the Jnana Yoga, still do the Karma Yoga in order to lead by example. So that is a message Krishna gives to Arjun and to all of us. Though you are capable of doing Jnana Yoga. So why do we understand the philosophy? We understand the philosophy for two reasons. One is that why this is spoken like this. Secondly, why I should be learning Jnana Yoga and how much I should be following Jnana Yoga in order to understand the Bhakti Yoga. And as a combination of Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga, how I should be surrendering myself as a Bhakti Yoga person. So my Bhakti should be completely a combination of uh, Karma Yoga plus Jnana Yoga. Because that's why these two things are going together in parallel. So my chanting, my philosophy, both are going in hand, so that I'm not, you know, I'm not losing any points anywhere in terms of my knowledge. I'm getting the knowledge continuously, and that's why my intention is always going to be that if you are learning the Shastra, teach it. Even if you start with a small class of, Bhakti Vriksha per se, Bhakti Vriksha, you can say, or you can start teaching only the fundamentals of Bhagavad Gita, the those six topics, and also the glorification of Bhagavad Gita by Shankaracharya. If you start with that, it itself will give you so much knowledge. It will force you to read the side material, wherein you have to go and read what Shankaracharya has said, and then Shankaracharya is saying what is related to that particular section in Bhagavad Gita. So there is a interrelations between Shastra. See, you will see a lot of times, Bhagavatam verse also has come within the purport of Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada always made it sure that, all the Shastras are interrelated to each other. And why he has done that? So that the sar of all, the summary of all this is bringing us to the same position where the Krishna is the main object of our worship. And all acharyas are talking the same language. Yeah. Does it make sense?
Yep.
So first Krishna has given the principles to us. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajami aham. So generally Vaishnavas quote first part as all surrender into me, I reward them accordingly. But more often the Mayavadis quote second part, that everyone follows my path in all respects. They just tam sathaiva bhajamyaham. That is what they quote only. The first part indicated that Lord is a reciprocal. He is not like a stone. How he reciprocates? ये यथा माम प्रपद्यन्ते. तुम जैसी भक्ति करोगे, तुम जैसे करोगे, वैसे तुमको रिवॉर्ड मिलेगा. So when someone considers Krishna's activities as transcendental, Lord makes their activities transcendental, which means he purifies them. Those who consider Krishna's activities material, their activities remain material. So meaning of second part is not that by following any path, ultimately we will reach to Krishna. Him as it will not match with other verses of Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna is saying, Yanti Deva Vratat Devan Priti Yanti Prati Vrataha. Pita Vrataha. So other example is Arjun, fight or not fight. It doesn't matter, as everyone will ultimately go to Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada asked a simple question that if whatever we do, we have to go back to Krishna, then why Krishna has spoken Bhagavad Gita and gives us so many instructions to follow? See, Krishna wouldn't need Arjuna's help or Pandava's army to kill all the Kauravas. He could have killed by himself, just in one go, like this. But he needed them to do it because he always, whenever he comes, so whenever he comes, what he does? He annihilates a demon with the help of his devotee, with the help of devotees. Right? When Lord Ram came, so when Lord Ram came, he, along with Vibhishan and Hanuman and Angad and all the monkey, army, they killed Ravan and all the people, Lord Ram could, although Ram, Lakshman, they only both could have done everything. But they didn't do it. They took help from all the devotees along with. Lord Ram could have gone directly to Sri Lanka and would have fought with Ravan and killed him in one go. But he didn't do it. He wanted his devotees to come along because he wanted to encourage them. He wanted to glorify them at the same time. So that is more important. If you look at the, some of the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, they also talk about this. And Srila Prabhupada has mentioned that in the purport. Akamaha sarvakamo va moksha kama udaradhi trivirena bhakti yogena vrajeta purusham param. Vrajeta purusham param. Whether one is without desire, the condition of the devotees, or is desirous of all fruitive results, or is after liberation, one should with all efforts try to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead for complete perfection, culminating in Krishna consciousness. So that is very important. So more than spark, I'll get the whole, so I will be eternally happy. See, sun is there and one ray of sun is coming into my room. Is that sufficient to lighten my room? No, not really. If I get more the merrier, right? However, it should not make my room hot. So I need only what is required for me. So Krishna will give you what is needed for you, not more than what is needed for you. And that will happen only when you reciprocate accordingly to him. And he will reciprocate that to you. So you do your bhakti and Krishna will reciprocate that to you. We are missing somebody. I think we are missing Rishikesh. Okay. Any question? I'm hoping that you all are reading the purport. If you are not reading the purport yourself, you are missing out the point. I always make it a point to mention this point, that please read, please read, please read. If you don't read, it is going to be your, loss.
Prabhuji, one second.
Hmm.
Fundamentals of Bhagavad Gita, that one you said, and some other book you said, Prabhuji. By whom was that? Can you repeat that?
Bhakti Rasamrit Swami. That's summary of Bhagavad Gita, basics of Bhagavad Gita.
Basics of, okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, take that book, read it, and then, presentations I have, you can use them to teach. Just do the foundation course and then later on give it to me for Bhakti Shastri course. I know that you all can do that. See, Ruchi is the first thing that Ruchi आना बहुत जरूरी है. रुचि आएगी, interest आएगा उसके अंदर, then only you will do it. When you do it, more Ruchi will come into you. So it's a go hand in hand, right? So when we do it, you will have questions. You come and ask me, I will answer those questions to you. Again, you will go back, again teach. But go with the confidence. I know how much I was scared when giving the first class. Back in 2007, 2008 time. We were just thrown in the ocean by Vijay Gopikesh Prabhu. We were not given any, training whatsoever. He just said, go and preach. Because he knew that once we are thrown, we will study. That is the best way of, that I give thousands of thanks to him. Because of him, we were able to preach. That he gave us full authority to do it. And then we used to call him for the award function. That once it is finished, then he used to come and give the certificates to all the participants. Okay. 4.12. Kankshataha karmanam siddhim.
Kankshataha
Kakshata karmanam siddhim
Yajanta iha devataha.
yajanta iha
Yajanta iha
devata
Kshipram
devataha.
hi manushe loke.
Shipram hi
Vipram hi
manushe loke
manushe loke.
Siddhir bhavati karmaja.
siddhir bhavati
Siddhir bhavati
karmaja.
karmaja.
Yeah. What will Prabhu please read the translation?
So, translation by Srila Prabhupada. Men in this world desire success in fruitive activities, and therefore they worship the demigods. Quickly, of course, men get result from fruitive work in this world.
Yeah. So why people do the demigod worship? In order to get the quick results. Whereas we are not in that category. Because Krishna here is describing ultimately who rewards people when the people are worshipping him directly. Who rewards them? Krishna rewards them. But why do people get attracted to demigods? Because they will get quick results. The demigod worship is like contract that has to be obliged. Like child wants chocolate. If he is having money, he can get it from shopkeeper. But mother knows that chocolate will spoil child's teeth. So she will give some other sweet which is good for child, or give slowly so that his teeth is not damaged. Another example could be that often quoted in preaching is if a boy is having 50 rupees note, then he wanted cigarettes, he goes to a shopkeeper. The shopkeeper will take money and give him cigarettes. But the same boy goes to his father for this. What father will do? He will take money and slap him, so that next time he will not want cigarettes. Here, devatas also refer to some boot licking of powerful person in this material world. जो जूते चाटते हैं ना लोगों के, वो. So the quick results can go away quickly. And at the end of life, everything they have to leave it in this world. Even if they have multi-million dollars, I heard day before yesterday that Elon Musk has got the salary of $3 trillion. His new salary is $3 trillion. Can you imagine that? What is he going to do with that money? So many times he already got married. So how many wives does he want? It is very hard to have one wife and, carry along the relationship peacefully. And doing a Krishna conscious along, it's not easy. Wives have to do so much hard work. I will tell you that. And the poor ladies, they keep doing it till the rest of their life. Because they are the one who are managing the house. Man doesn't manage the house. Man only gives money and that's it. But in today's world, women is giving the money, at the same time she is managing the house. So they are doing 2-in-1 job. So this is the irony, where they are doing both the work. And if they fight or if they shout or they scream, it is not their fault because we are putting them into that situation. Okay. So we have to be very practical in terms of when we are looking at today's world and then we are trying to compare that why women are becoming independent and why they are doing these jobs, then we need to understand their situation, our situation. Okay. So the people, those who are worshipping Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, those who are not equal to Lord Vishnu or Krishna in any ways. Okay. But they are going to them because they want the quick results. And by having the quick results, and Srila Prabhupada mentions in the purport that the curiously enough, there are many human leaders who are worshipped by foolish men under the misunderstanding of anthropomorphism or zoomorphism. Iha Devata denotes a powerful man or demigod of this material world. But Narayana, Vishnu, or Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, does not belong to this world. He is above or transcendental to material creation. Even Sripad Shankaracharya, the leader of the impersonalists, maintains that Narayan or Krishna is beyond this material creation. However, foolish people, Rita Jnana, worship the demigods because they want immediate results. They get the results but do not know that results so obtained are temporary and are meant for less intelligent people. The intelligent people in the Krishna consciousness and they have need to worship the paltry demigods for some immediate temporary benefit. So, not eating the right way, they are eating it in a roundabout way. If we worship Krishna, all the demigods will also be satisfied. So why do we have to go and individually worship them? We should not disrespect them at the same time. If you have Ganpati in your altar, keep him. If you have Shiva, keep him. If you have any other Devi Devata, just keep them. Don't disrespect them. Okay, now I have become Krishna conscious, now I will keep everything in a box and go rak diya, daba ke, band karke. No, don't do like that. Because they are at that level because of some work that they have done. See, all the great people like Lokmanya Tilak, Bal Gangadhar, Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak, or Gopal Krishna Gokhale, Veer Savarkar, and Bhagat Singh, Chandrasekhar Azad, they all are great people. We don't disrespect them. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, for example, in India, they're all great people. We don't disrespect them. But at the same time, we can't have them equal to Lord Krishna. They have done the great work for the country, yes. But they cannot be equal to Lord Vishnu or Krishna. Yes, Renuka.
Prabhuji, like I'm Tamil, so growing up we have like don't know what they call them in this god in North India. We call him Murugan. He's like the
Yeah.
second son of Shiva. And we usually do like Kartigai. We have a lot of lamps around the house. Some of the events also we have a different diet or we fast, like Saraswati Puja, we fasting. These things, like
Yeah.
after coming to Krishna consciousness, like I still do it, but it kind of sometimes contradicts what I'm learning from this side of life.
Yes, you are right.
So
You are right.
that's where my struggle comes from. They're trying
Yeah.
to shine light on both, and it comes to a confrontational point. So what should I
So
do?
it is like this, like our spiritual masters, they are also the, they are worshipping Lord Krishna. Similarly, demigods are also worshipping Lord Krishna. So do we disrespect our spiritual masters? We don't. Similarly, Kartikeya or Murugan is brother of Lord Ganesha, right? So accordingly, we pay respect to him. When the day of their puja has come, do their puja. Don't we always do their puja only? For every day, we have our Lord Krishna only. If you are doing puja and their murti is there in front of you, you keep them, but the level difference will always be there. Jagannath or Lord Krishna will always be on the top, then all demigods and Guru Parampara like that. So we have always keep that in mind, and accordingly we have to worship them.
Yep, makes sense.
Have I
Thank you.
answered your question?
Yep. Thank you, Babaji.
No problem. So now the next verse is very beautiful and very important. It's often quoted.
This question someone asked me once, right? So in this particular verse, Prabhu, what it's saying that quickly, of course, men get result from fruitive work in this world, right? So if someone has a material desire, so I heard from one of the acharya that even as you also said, it's also coming from Krishna, but it through different channel, and there is a one shloka also which covers this point. But one question I have, if someone do it, let's say, if someone do worship for some material desire, let's say having some money or a good wife or kids or whatever, right? So, and they do it for demigod, right? Or one do for demigod and one do for Krishna, then is it someone who is doing for demigod and the demigod is authorized to do those things? So will that be
No, look.
faster?
Okay, so the answer to that is, if he's asking you, then ask him to request Krishna. Krishna will get it done from his, subordinate, who is the demigod for that particular area of work. So it is like, it's a cabinet ministers who are working under Krishna and they will do the work for you. So you request Krishna. Krishna will, get it done from somebody. Leave
Is
that
it
to Krishna
faster
how it happens.
if someone reach a cabinet minister or directly a prime minister? So what is a faster way? Like if I speak the language which you're saying.
Can you repeat that,
So
please?
let's say if someone approached God for some material desire, let's say they are looking for some money or good wife or good husband or whatever, and one worship Lord Shiva for that purpose, and one other person worship Krishna for the same purpose, for same
Yeah.
reason, right? Because earth authority, people come to Krishna to God for one of these reasons also. So who will get from this verse? What I understand, that if someone has a material desire, then it will be faster fulfilled if they worship Krishna or they worship Shiva. My
So, like, I mean, what you're asking is the which way will be faster
yeah,
as far as the results are concerned. So, look, there is no measure as it depends on what is your Shraddha and how deep your Shraddha is. If your Shraddha is deep, then Krishna will always help you in achieving whatever you. He says that my devotee will never perish.
my devotee will never. Okay.
Yeah, my devotee will never perish. He says that. And these two, verses are the example of that. 12 verse, Kankshyatam Karma Siddhim Yadanta Iya Devata. And the 2.3.10, that Srimad Bhagavatam verse, Akama Sarvakamova, Moksha Kamodaradi, Triverana Bhakti Yogena Jajeta Purushara Param. These two verses are very strong to represent this thought and, the point to make. And we should not compare Krishna's blessings and demigod blessings. They are two different things. We cannot compare that. And who can understand this? Only a devotee can understand this. A person who is demigod worshipper, he will say, even I'm a devotee. I'm a devotee of my Lord. There was one lady, she left my class. Because when I said that Lord Shiva is not equal to Krishna, she left my class saying that I'm often dead. I said, it's up to you. And she was working with me in CBA. I said, fine with you. I don't care. I cannot change. I cannot be, political in terms of changing my words.
You
for
cannot be
you.
diplomatic every time, na?
Yeah, I can't be diplomatic in that way because as far as Krishna is concerned, I cannot be diplomatic. Yeah, it is not the resource management. Right?
Hare Krishna.
Okay. So, final verse, and then we'll conclude for today's class. Chaturvarnam maya srishtam
Shatuvarnayam maya
Suvarnamaya
srishtam
guna
system,
karma vibhagashaha
guna
Guna
karma
Karma
vibhagasha
Vibhavashaha,
tasya kartaramapi mam
tasya
Tasya
kartaram
Kartaramapi
apimam
Mam,
vidhi akartaramabhyayam.
Viddhi
Di
akaratam
Akartaram
avyayam.
Avyayam.
It's a very important word. Please by heart. Please by heart this verse. Okay. So, translation by Srila Prabhupada, who wants to read the translation? Okay, go on.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. According to the three modes of material nature and the work associated with them, the four divisions of human society are created by me. And although I am the creator of the system, you should know that I am yet the non doer, being unchangeable.
Hmm. So, for such people, as mentioned in 4.12, right, Krishna has created a system by which they will be elevated systematically. They will be elevated. So, because they are worshipping the demigods, slowly they will understand, we will not have to do it. We have to go to the right spiritual authority, and that spiritual authority is none other than Lord Krishna himself. So, once in the West, someone has said that what is the caste system? There is no caste system in the West, but these are the class of people present everywhere, even in the classroom. Any of the classroom you go, so it can be found there. So Varnashrama provides a social structure for spiritual advancement. Like Brahmana does what? Teaching and giving the value education to the people. Whereas Kshatriya gives the administrative, or his job is to save people from any issues that they are coming on them. Vaishya is supposed to be doing the business, and Shudra are supposed to be doing the hard work. So if individuals struggle for spirituality, then the support is required. So support by social structure is created by Krishna himself. Chatur Varna Maya Srishtam, he says. It is my Srishti, and I have created this system. It is not somebody else's Srishti. It is my Srishti, and I have created this structure. So it is created for the benefit of social order to be maintained properly. So, for example, a student wanted to become a doctor, but no social structure is available, then it is very difficult for him to become a doctor. In India, we have PMT exams, we have PET exams, you know. Similarly, there are for gate is there for going into IITs and all. So if there is no social structure created, then it is very hard for people to get into the that particular vidha that he wants to earn. So today it is very difficult to choose from multiple career option available, but earlier it was Varna system. It was very easy for a person to acquire his career as they will learn from their childhood. But in today's time, a child nature could be something else, but they will select engineering or medicine. But their interest, guna and karma is something else. So guna refers to the quality and karma refers to activity. So Krishna is the one who made this system, but he is not the doer, which means that he has not put people as Brahman or Kshudra. The people will automatically will be coming into that particular order by way of the kind of work that they are doing. Automatically they will go to that this is Brahmana, this is Kshatriya, this is Vaishya, this is Shudra. So nobody becomes a Brahman, Kshatriya or Vaishya by birth. It's a guna and karma. But now what is important to know that people, those who are born as Brahmin, they think that this is my right to be a Brahmin, irrespective of what I do. And Bollywood is the example of that, that has created a bad name for that. The Brahman is uh, very bad person, has been shown in the movies. Kshatriya has been shown as a bad person, like Thakur. They have been shown very bad people in the movies. Whereas Krishna has not created a structure. This is the apabhramsha, or it is called, misrepresentation of this is created by the people only. So this misrepresentation creates a whole lot of chaos in the system. And that was not the idea by which Krishna has created this. Krishna has created this social structure so that people together will be able to work and they should be able to worship Krishna in that fashion. However, over a period of time, then people started within that, within the Brahmana, somebody's, some Vaishnava Brahman, somebody's Gauda Brahman, some is Saraswat Brahman, somebody is this, somebody is that, So they have created within the Brahman also there are so many quality varieties. Within Kshatriya, there are so many Bhadoriyas are different than, Jadons are different and Sisodiyas are different and all those, There are Rajput Thakur as well are there. So even in South India as well, there are so many types of Brahmins are there. Some Brahmins, they eat, fish. In Bengal, they eat fish. They are not that pure as far as the scriptures goes. And because these people don't want to follow the philosophy, that's why the philosophy is very important for everyone to understand and to follow, read, and then follow, of course. And it should be, the knowledge has to be given by the bona fide teacher. Then only it will be like वो बोलते हैं ना कि अगर कान में छेद करने हो और सोनार से कराओ तो दर्द भी नहीं होता, छेद भी अच्छे से होता है. Am I right? When you go to the doctor, the injection will not trouble you. It won't hurt you more than what it could have been. Yeah. So it's like that. So we have to be very, very um, uh, careful in terms of understanding the Shastra and applying it to our daily life. Okay. So we'll stop the discussion. In case you have any question, please ask now. Then we'll do the next activity, as I said. Okay. Doesn't look like. So please unmute yourself. We'll do the Vaishnava Pranam. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ भगवान की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।